So Lynda, tell us about the room that we're in now.
We're now in the front parlor, and this was the room where special guests came and special family events were held. There are several things in here. The room is furnished in the style of 1900 to 1920s. In fact, that's what we've tried to do with the entire house, is to keep it in that period. Many of the pieces in here are from the Bradford family, and they've been returned to us over the years, piece by piece. One of the main things to look at is the beautiful Tiffany style lamp, I should say, because we aren't sure of the provenance of that lamp. But it was an original Bradford family piece, and it was just returned to us a couple of months ago by A.S. Bradford's granddaughter, who is Renee Kamen, and she lives in Yorba Linda.
Wonderful.
And she's been a wonderful asset to us here in maintaining and preserving the house. Another piece that is a Bradford family piece that is of a little later period is the fringed lamp in the corner over there. And it came from the home of Warren Bradford, who had a beautiful ranch home down Bradford Avenue. And it came to us along with some other pieces that came from them. We also have, let's see, what else do we have in here that I'd like to point out, is the Kimball phonograph.
Okay.
And it's a 1917 piece, and it was later electrified. At first it was not, and it had a hand crank that would make the record go around, but when it was electrified, it was a whole different story. The phonograph itself is a special treat for a family of that era, because for the first time they could hear recorded music. And I'll demonstrate it for you. Wonderful.
I did want to ask you, you've talked about a couple of different lamps, and I'm just curious about, were they electrified? I know during this time period electricity was just starting to come into use. What are some of the different ways that they would have lit this house 100 some odd years ago?
This house is really, really special. It was built in 1902, but in the walls and whatever the infrastructure is, there are both gas pipes and electric lines. So they were really forward-looking in planning this house. And when you go upstairs, you will see some of the fixtures for the original gas lamps, but then when electricity was made available, which was very shortly, yes, they were electric here.
Okay.
Yeah.
Wonderful. And then for this particular space, as you said, this would be for entertaining family or special guests. Okay. They were very active. Mrs. Bradford was involved in the social life of the city of Placentia, and you will learn later on about Mr. Bradford's activities in the community. He was one of the founders of the city, and I'm not going to go into detail there, but they were very active in the community. So this room would have seen lots of activity. It very well could have, yes. Well, wonderful. Is there anything else that is important? I do see the picture rails and some of the other features. Those pretty much carry out throughout the house. They do. Okay. Except for one room, and you'll see that one later. It's the office. Okay. But you will want to notice something in there. Excellent. Well, we look forward to that. Last thing is we've got here on the floor, we've got rugs. Would they have had rugs here, or would they have had the wood floors? What was the situation? The original wood floors are still here. But yes, they would have had carpets. Okay. And we have tried to duplicate the original look of the house in our wallpapers and our carpeting and our draperies. We do have pictures that show what the house looked like at various stages. And so we're very fortunate to have that. Okay.
Yeah.
Excellent. Anything else in this particular room of note?
The only thing are the pocket doors behind me. And again, those are the final set of doors that would have shut off the front part of the house from the back part of the house.
Okay. And usually the back part of the house was where the kids and the family and servants or whatever else are doing their thing. And then the front part is for the special guests.
That's right.
Okay.
And there's always been a piano in here, but it hasn't always been a grand piano.
Okay.
But we use our grand piano because we have concerts here when we aren't fighting COVID.
Of course.
Yeah. Four concerts a year is what we usually plan the first part of the year.
Wonderful.
Not this year.
Okay. No worries. Hopefully anybody who's watching this will be having concerts again and you'll be able to come down and enjoy those.